after 18 series, is it? I mean, what's your bank like of tasks just sitting in the back of your mind? Is it quite full still?
It's not bad. Yeah, no, it's not in the back of my mind. It's in the back of my phone. It's in the notes section, so I panic about losing that. But it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
You tend to think of a lot of tasks while you're doing tasks. Mm-hmm. That's when you're most fertile. But no, I don't have a worry. Except people more and more are asking me if the well is drying up.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep telling them that wells don't dry up. Wells are built near natural springs. So I'm hoping there's a natural spring in there, so it won't dry up unless there's an awful amount of climate change.
Yeah. I'm still hoping for the one that I suggested to you last year. I don't know if you remember it. It was literally just go to sleep. Fastest wins.
So we did that. That went in.
You said to me you said afterwards it was a Julian Clary seed.
Yeah.
There was something similar to it going in.
What happens is really if people suggest something normally, and this don't want to sound like a slight on anyone. Normally, I or we have thought of something similar.
Yeah.
Because after all that time, you tend to have covered a lot of bases. But someone might say something and it triggers something in there and something else will come off it. I'm also slightly hesitant about taking someone's idea wholesale because it feels like we're nicking it and it feels unfair. But if something's good enough and I stress to them, look, I'd love to do that, but we can't credit you. That's not how telly works, unfortunately. Which is maybe not ideal, but anyway. So
as long as they know, though, I mean, that's the thing. They've came at you with the idea, so it's...
Yeah, but also I think it's also me being slightly tight and anal about it and just not wanting anyone else to share the glory, which is awful. But no, yeah, something like that. Actually go to sleep. We did think about it for a while, and there's lots of reasons why we didn't, which is normally the constraints of filming a TV show. Just the time.
Yeah, I can imagine. In terms of contestants, and we'll talk about the well drying up, but, 18 series in, again, I suppose this question is twofold. First one being that you are now in a position where I assume, and certainly by listening in to Ed Gamble's podcast, that people are approaching you to come on now. Whereas, at the beginning, you were clamouring to get people. So... who do you have? Do you have a dream contestant still? And secondly, I don't think there was a second one that's blind to my mind. Let's go with the dream contestant first.
Well, so yeah, some people are asking to do the show, which is great. Mm-hmm. We are still very much asking people to do the show as well. I don't think we're running out. That is a worry of mine, though. Slightly, that it helps to have a well-known person in the five. It helps to have someone that everyone knows already, because then you don't have to do the work of finding out about them, and you might be surprised by them. So we like to have someone who's very well known, someone else who's pretty well known, and the other two of them are definitely going to be well known in the comedy world, and then one who's hopefully not necessarily newer but less well known, who we can push forward with a bit of luck. There's people like Dawn French and Jennifer Saunders. I don't want to treat them as one, but either of them I would love to. We'd come close. Bill Bailey, Stephen Merchant, Lenny Henry. These are all on that first seat, that they would be household names, and I just would love to see them do the thing. And they've all said positive things.
Good.
Someone like Ross Noble, I would love to do the show. I mean, these are all, that's 6 series worth of big names. So I'm not afraid. I think we will, hopefully, if we can make the timing work, get at least some of those people. Someone like Sarah Silverman, I would love to have.
That would be a great one. Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's someone like Al Pitcher, who lives in Sweden, who's an old comic friend. I mean, there's a million people who I think are so funny, who deserve to be in the show, but there's only so many spaces. And we do try to be very representative of all types. So, we try to make sure we have a balance of genders where possible. So there's only if you're a certain sort of person, there's only a certain amount of opportunity. So it's hard to get the balance. And so many people deserve to be on it. We are suggested a lot of good people all the time. So, yeah.
So, because as far as I'm aware, and you can correct me on this, so the main Taskmaster is comedians, mainly. And then when you do the...
Comedians or comedy adjacent.
But when you do the specials, like the New Year's Treat, that's more just like actors or people in the public eye.
Yeah, we're actually trying to make it no comedians in that.
Okay.
Unless we find out someone is desperate to do the show, but they could never ever commit to doing the full series. But say if we had, for example, Richard Iwaddy say, I'd love to do the New Year special, I think we would say, we would hold out to try to persuade him to do the full series, because it'd be such a shame. Yeah, that's the system.
Yeah. So I've got one dream contestant that I would love to have on. Everybody's got one, I think. Everybody, you've been suggested a million people a million times, no doubt. I would love to see Chris Moyles do it.
Ah, that's interesting. Well, we've done they're Radio X. Is that what it's called now?
Yeah.
X or just Radio?
No, Radio X, you were there.
So they've been great with us promoting the shows. We've often gone on the radio and done tasks with his team, with Dominic and the others. And yeah, he's been great. So, and he's an interesting, thoughtful man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Someone we've grown up with who maybe has changed over the years.
Very much so.
That's a good suggestion. Are you thinking main series or special?
I don't know, because he's not your traditional comedian, but he is a very funny man.
Yeah. So not a problem. But I would see him, if you're listening, Chris, no offence, as very much Perfect New Year's treat person. Because as soon as you have someone who is not a comedian in the comedian's version, then it feels like you're saying no to all these comedians who've worked so hard.
So, yeah.
So that would be the only reason. But I agree. We've had someone like, I guess a similar one would be Adrian Childs, who did the New Year's special.
He was great.
He could absolutely have been in the main series, but that would be at the expense of a sort of hard-working comedian. So that would be my hesitation.
So I want to go back a wee bit now, because I want to know more about you, Alex.
Right.
Yeah. Because I think you are quite a private person, aren't you? Your private life kind of private. But how was you said this last night at the show, in terms of like growing up, with your friends around, and then trying to get into breaking into comedy and television and things like that.
Can I say one thing though, Chris? First of all, this is just gradually sinking in. It's very nice of you. I don't want to sound flippant about this at all.